Oh, oh my goodness.
Before we get motherfucking started, I want to say happy motherfucking birthday to my best motherfucking friend, the head motherfucking BakedMarys in this bitch.
Y'all, this crazy.
Young Goldilocks in this hoe.
Your local hood in this house.
Period. Your motherfucking gazelle in this world.
Oh my.
I'm the one and only gazelle. First of all, I have to start off by saying thank you to any and everyone so far who has wished me a happy birthday. I am a Virgo, big Virgo, not the little one. I have a lot of Virgo in my chart. I'm so proud of being a Virgo. I have a lot of it. I am 30 years old today. I have officially joined the 30 Club. All of my friends have been waiting for me to get here. It's really here. Tornado has swooped the nigga up, and I'm in this.
Oh Lord. Here we go again. Oh so no, it is not.
Ain't no going back. You here, nigga? It's
Nigga done turned the whole damn
30 is only going to get better from here, bro. I'm expecting great things in my 30s. A lot of things that probably couldn't have happened for me in my 20s because I just simply wasn't ready for it. We think that we mature enough, we ready enough, we're, open to receiving all of this shit that we asking for. And really, if the universe put that shit in your hands, you drop it right then and there. You wouldn't know what the fuck to do with it. How to maneuver it, none of that. Some things we just not ready for. But 30, I think 30 is gonna be that decade forevermore in all the decades to come. So
I touch and agree.
What you say?
I touch and agree.
Do
I receive? I receive it. So with that being said, Weedies, rise and grind, twist and roll, light your blunts and your joints, and prepare for the show. Let's get lit. It is Wait with BakedMarys, starring
your squirrel stew.
And me, Baked Tay. What's up, y'all?
It's your boy, King Goddess, like usual.
And it is your gazelle, Young Goldilocks, the one and only Big 30. And we are Big 30. We are Wait with
Big 30.
Marys. Wait with Baby.
Yes. You're going to be called Big 30 the whole show. I'm sorry. Big 30.
Big 30.
Big 30, Lord. I am here. So this morning I did have my tea, and I did put a little bit of wild turkey in it for the ancestors, because they always protected me and guided me and watching over me and shit. So
much
it was only right for wild turkey. It was only right for them. So y'all, this morning, go ahead, King Goddess. What you have to say?
Girl, nothing. I couldn't reach it.
So we're gonna go ahead and get started today. So we are going to be talking about the war on weed or drugs, but specifically marijuana or weed for us. These past 2 episodes have been, really lighthearted, really fun, and we really enjoy bringing that type of content and material to y'all. But at the same time, y'all know we like to keep it educational as well, and some things just need to be talked about. Some things y'all need to know. So once again, we're going to be talking about the war on weed, and there are many different factors and principles on the war on weed throughout the years, you know what I'm saying, in the world, and we're going to go ahead and bring you those few points. So, Young Goldilocks is going to start with anti-cultivation, and I actually need y'all to bear with me because this shit is a lot. I'm going to do the best that I can to summarize it so it won't be so much, but in the grand scheme of things, it's a fucking lot. So, when we're talking about anti-cultivation, it's literally what it says. Anti, we don't want, against cultivation of what? Weed. So, anti-cultivation, I want to give y'all know about y'all favorite president, Richard Nixon. This man said, I want a goddamn strong statement on marijuana. I mean, one on marijuana that just tears the ass out of them. By God, we are going to hit the marijuana thing, comma, and I want to hit it right square in the puss. Don't that sound like another president? I know.
I know it sounds
I
like a
want to
nigga.
hit it, comma. I want to hit it, comma,
For sure.
against legalizing and all of that sort of fixing the 37th president of the United States. So y'all already know that weed has preceded us, has been here for a very, very long time. So with the anti-cultivation, it was pretty much going on everywhere. It wasn't just in America. It wasn't just with Richard Nixon. They started with the farms. Of course, they were going after the farmers because it was the agriculture that was bringing in the crops of the marijuana and hemp. So all over the world, the farmers were getting attacked, you know what I'm saying, about growing marijuana. You can even link that shit to with Christianity. Part of the reason why a lot of the witches were getting burned at the stake, including Salem, if you were smoking marijuana, because why do you think a lot of spiritual people smoke marijuana in the first place? A lot of people will use marijuana to transcend into their higher state so that they can meditate and be one with them with their higher selves, you know, receive that guidance, that clarity, you know, from the higher source, if that makes sense.
We're gonna have to do a show on that.
Not for real. And it's nothing wrong with that. But what's wrong with that is when y'all start killing motherfuckers for their own beliefs. So, like I said, the witches was getting it. If you burn smoking marijuana, you're a witch. We burn you at the stake. The Asians was over there getting it. They was motherfucking burning down their whole fucking crops and farms and shit as a whole. We're not just gonna burn just to up the whole farm. Like they burning and tearing down villages behind marijuana. Over there in India. Hold on, because like I said, I read this and I tried my best to summarize it because it's a lot, so I wouldn't be talking so much, but I don't want to give y'all the wrong information with the Muslim part. So with the Muslims, you know, over there in India, they call marijuana hashish. So of course the hashish started spreading, and once that shit hit into Islam, them Islamic people ain't like that shit. So the Arabs, the Arabic text refer to marijuana as the bush of understanding, right? So once again, they would, you know, use the marijuana to, you know what I'm saying, transcend into a higher state so they could, you know, meet and greet with their higher source. But once again, with what is that called? What is it called? I'm looking for the particular word. You know what? It's okay. Upper class. We're just gonna say the upper class, up echelon, because you have to remember, the war on weed also ties into classism as well.
For
it was
sure.
the upper class who was trying to take the shit out. So it was the upper class Muslims who, I still can't find the word, but it was the upper class Muslims who decided to push on the prohibition for marijuana. You know what I'm saying? So there was a type of Muslim, they're called Sufis, Sufi, and they're more mystical. They're like the enlightened part of the Islam. So that's where the split began. So they began to like terrorize the Sufis and shit, but they kind of like migrated to Egypt because they were able to openly grow cannabis over there in Egypt, in Cairo specifically, because you know the Egyptians had real close ties with marijuana as well. I'm sorry, y'all. I know it's a lot. Like I said, even when we get down to the Pope, you know what I'm saying, in the Catholic Church, the Pope wasn't fucking with it. So basically, I'm gonna just say this: in the grand scheme of things, you got all of this shit going on all over the world where people are getting persecuted, executed, banned, just fucked with for purely just wanting to cultivate and smoke weed for a non-harmful purpose. How you see it is how you see it, but you can't say that people was out there smoking weed and harming other people. You know what I'm saying? So with all of that being said, anti-cultivation ultimately led to global prohibition. Global prohibition is where the whole world has come together and decided that we don't want to deal with that marijuana shit. You know what I'm saying? Even with the Portuguese. The Portuguese was actually the people that actually introduced the marijuana prohibitions. You know what I'm saying? It spread it all the way over there in Africa, and once from Africa, it hit the world. You know what I'm saying? When the Portuguese was bringing the slaves to Brazil and shit, they would also bring the slaves bring weed with them, and they would sow the seeds into the clothing that they wore on the slave ships. And then when they got on arrival, that's when they would start germinating them when they got to wherever they was going. You know what I'm saying? But it was the Portuguese who started this shit. it's a lot, y'all. It's a lot. Like I said, I'm not trying to take up a bunch of time, but at the same
No, bro,
time,
like you educating and you going right now. Everybody got their education piece.
okay,
It's
all
your
Shoot.
right.
motherfucking birthday.
It's no motherfucking birthday. It's it.
All
Like
right, well, let me keep
she
going then. Let me keep going. It hit,
exactly.
like I said, the shit spread like a wildfire. It even across the channel, it hit the British Empire, and India was influenced by the British. So let me say the British conquered India. You know what I'm saying? So all this shit got ties to it. Then in India they call weed bang, BHANG. So, but bang honestly is like the lowest quality of marijuana, and it consists of crushed leaves, seeds, or flowers. So it really gives you like the least potent high. But yeah, a lot of people was not on board with the shit. So later on, it was the British that kind of mulled over the possibility of marijuana being a prohibition in India. And then it was the Indian ruling class and the British Governor General of India that pushed for total ban and fearful that marijuana would create social unrest. So they don't want them. They don't want people to mesh with them classes. It wasn't just always about money. It was about class too.
Mm-hmm.
So they started. When they got short on cash, the government saw marijuana. Listen, when they got short on cash. So when shit started when they needed the benefit of the plant, that's when they started
Exactly.
to take all these factors into consideration. So when everything, they got short on cash, and the government started to see that marijuana, the industry was an opportunity to start raising revenue. So that's when the tax on marijuana began. They taxed
Mm-hmm.
cannabis in 1790, and 3 years later established a regulatory framework to issue licenses to farmers and sellers. Now you can grow it, you can sell it, but now we got total control over it. It was always about control. You know what I'm saying? Even when we showed the clip about Pineapple Express, and they had a boy
Uh-huh.
up in there testing the weed, and they threw his ass to the
Yeah.
curb. Because I ain't want this shit to get let out. This shit crazy. So the
That's for
tax and
sure.
regulate scheme worked, and the cannabis was growing. Many farmers and their crops, they was able to escape the tax, but the British encouraged the regulatory system to decentralize and allowing cities and states to experiment with different taxation schemes. Notice the word schemes, taxation schemes. The results were
And
mixed,
figure out what's
and the
gonna
strength
work.
of the black market was frustrating enough that the British Parliament considered prohibition measures in 1838, 1871, 1877, and 1892. But the measures failed to pass because the tax revenues that did come in couldn't be ignored, because that's how much money they was making.
They were making on it right.
So they still was trying to find a way, even when they was being proven wrong, still trying to find a way to make this plant bad. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So then you got the temperance movement coming in. Um, let's see the report of the Indian Hemp Drug Commission. That went from 1894 to 1895. It called over 1,000 witnesses from around the world. The findings of emphatically the alleged grounds for prohibition. The commission found the marijuana cultivation is nearly impossible to eradicate, and argued that it produces no evil results in the first
Mm-hmm.
place. So why are we still here? But we
Why
gonna
are we
keep
still
going.
here?
We're gonna keep going
We're
because
gonna
here we
talk
go.
about it. Go ahead in the show.
So the total prohibition of the cultivation of the hemp plant for narcotics and of the manufacture, sale, or use of the drugs derived from it is neither necessary nor in consideration for their discertained effects of the prevalence of the habit of using them, of the social and religious feeling on the subject, and the possibility of its driving the consumers to have resource to other stimulants or narcotics, which may be deleterious. Excuse me. So that's where that gateway drug shit came from.
Mm-hmm.
That's where the gateway drug shit started. It's right. It's right there. They telling y'all this shit. We made this shit up, bro. We made it up.
Oh God,
The
literally.
commission went on to recommend a tax and license scheme for the marijuana farming industry. So that means to be adopted for the attainment of control and restriction. These points include adequate taxation, which can be best affected by the combination of a direct duty with the option of the privilege of vend, and then prohibiting cultivation except under license and centralizing cultivation.
You licensed
So
to do something anymore. My bad.
the history of marijuana farming tells us that when prohibitions are imposed, they almost always come from the ruling class. And I'm just going to leave it there. That's pretty much the thesis cuz like I said, there was a lot of shit. It truly was. So, once again, the anti-cultivation led to global prohibition. And you know what? The tie's so goddamn strong that you really could put that shit in reverse and it'll still go the same way. Global prohibition led to anti-cultivation. It don't matter which way you flip it. Ain't that some shit? That's some bullshit.
It's still gonna always be the same. It's the way that it even came about. It was the first, second, third, or fourth prohibition. Like the way that it's coming about is based on, like you said, class.
I'm looking at the comments. But
I,
yeah,
I,
like I said, I
community
wish
going to the comments to show.
for real, damn. I really wish I could have talked about it more. You know what I'm saying? But what I said was a lot. And it's still like important that I skipped. You know what I'm saying? But if y'all
Right.
take the time and want to look into that shit on your own, y'all do that shit because it's important. You got all these people right now today in the world still talking shit about weed. And right here, I'm telling y'all, these niggas made this shit up.
It's like they quote that they made it up. Like there's different, I'll say passages or statements that they've made, and I am going to go over something that's actually, in later on in the show. But there's things that they say, what?
Y'all missed it a long time ago. That's why I laughed.
You
I'm just
gotta
not
put.
looking. Y'all
Oh
chatting
no,
about
I know I'm late, but yes, it does. Yes, it does. The female is the only one that's gonna get you high. The male helps. He only helps. But the female is the only one that produces the bud, honey.
I'm sorry, I'm trying to get all of y'all comments in there real quick. Y'all little time to shine.
Now they did go. It was a little tough in there for sure.
I'm thirsty.
You got the order wrong. It's not
Oh,
necessarily hold on, Cracker Jack. It's not necessarily in order. We all kind of broke different pieces until the war on weed. So, you know what I'm saying? As you continue to listen to the podcast, if there's a specific order that you're looking for, you're probably going to notice that the topic is out of order because we all took a piece of the war on weed, if that makes sense. So it probably is out of order.
that's why I say we're gonna continue to watch. You're gonna hear a little bit more. Is there definitely this particular show is a bit more educational? Okay,
A little bit more educated.
where'd my noodle go?
Yeah, no, I see he dropping some bombs in this
No, he
argument.
been dropping like straight
No,
facts.
he
Like
been
I
dropping
think he's doing
bombs,
the
no, for
timeline.
sure.
Right, I think he's doing
But
the
yeah,
time.
it's not. We didn't do it in any particular order though, so everybody's gonna get into a piece of the pie. Just keep watching.
But we love research too, Cracker Jack. So let us know, inform us too. We love to be like the information that we're putting out. We do our research. We're not just saying, whatever coming to our head, our opinions. Of course, our opinion is there, but all of this is based on research.
Yeah, and then another thing y'all have to understand is we can't like you're talking about some
So
really
come back.
insightful information. We don't have the time to incorporate everything into the podcast for the time. You know what I'm saying? So just keep watching. We thank you that you are watching because you engaging like a motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? But
And
just
giving
give us
us
a little
Got
time to
feedback.
get to all the points. Yeah, just yeah, we got you.
it. Give
But
us
once
some
again, that
knowledge.
is my Cracker Jack. Why you do that? Why you do that? Why you do that, bro? Wikipedia.
I
It's all
like a
right.
.org Mattel
It's
or
all right. I ain't gonna even get into there, bro. Hold on. Let me highlight you real quick. You had to know I was gonna put you up there. That's why
now.
you said
Shout
that.
out to
I
Cracker
found this
Jack.
on Wikipedia. All right, my G.
Shit,
Wikipedia.
for
Nah,
sure.
but let's go ahead. Like I said, this is like I said, these were my topics. I chose anti-cultivation and I chose global prohibition. I hope that y'all found that very, very informational. I'm gonna go ahead and pass the joint to your girl. Shoot up, scooter up, stu kid, you squirrel. You got it, girl. You
I'll
got it,
take
girl.
that. My topic for the evening, morning, brunch is resources.
Right.
Um, just to piggyback off of what young Goldilocks said, back in 1970, the federal policies were changed as a part of the, let me look at my notes, as a part of the war on drugs, but dealing in the industrial hemp making. They banned it. They also made sure to abolish the taxation approach from the Marijuana Tax Act of 1937. So just going deeper into that, back in the early 1900s, hemp was once one of the most reliable and renewable resources that we had. The material can be used to create structures or by turning it into what they call hempcrete.
Mm-hmm.
So and people were able to make clothes out of that shit. They were able to make clothes out of that shit, rope out of that shit, hempcrete, and what else did they say? Anyway, it's multi-use. You can use that shit to make a whole bunch of shit, but you see that they banned the industrial production of that shit. Considering people use that as like one of the main resources back in the day, like people was like, trading that shit for like goods and services
Barter
and
and
shit.
trade, right? It was a crop, or it is a crop.
Not y'all. Oh no, not us. Not us. We ain't selfish, and we love y'all's feedback, even if it's opposing
Where
ideas to what we have, or if y'all have new and additional information. We love that shit, bro. Like put that shit in the chat. Like we love it. But now knowing America, they even use it as a fuel source. That was the last one that I forgot that I left off. They use it as a fuel source, and you would think something that's sustainable and green like that, America would be pushing that just pushing that narrative because nigga, global warming is the fuck real.
Mhm.
Like it's fuck. We're burning up around this bitch. Do you hear me? Like dead ass. So you would just we know America, them niggas is just they worried about them being able to make the last dollar. And knowing that hemp is a sustainable and renewable resource, niggas can grow that shit themselves. They can have their own means of building
Illustration.
structures, making their
All
own
type of
clothes.
shit, like you said.
Like so anyway, they actually federally re-legalized hemp cultivation back in 2018. So that's why we probably see a lot of hemp products on the shelves these days. Like they was not having that shit back then. I guess they done found a way to make it work for them. Because we know America not just finna accept no shit
Mm.
that they can't make no motherfucking dollar off of. And all I can say is that like I don't now this is a personal opinion, this is not a fact, but I really don't see why they wouldn't push that narrative just considering how versatile it is. You can use it for too many things not to want to push that production out, bro. Like, hold on, I want to share this real quick. CBG is the parent cannabinoid in cannabis, mostly sativa with THC and CBD acids similar to the relaxation of tobaccos. Thank you for that. That
Y'all
was
just be out here
We
educating.
fuss with y'all Wheaties. Y'all are true
Like
Wheaties.
y'all,
Y'all trying to
like y'all for
educate
real.
ourselves.
I truly appreciate this.
Y'all make sure y'all
but
keep
yeah.
bringing y'all asses back though.
But that actually my part went a little quick today. That is what I have on my resources. Just if if we can push the narrative of using more additional hemp products, CBD products, get them to legalize THC on a federal level, like
That's the
the world
problem.
is just a better place with the cannabis plant as a whole. Not
Mhm.
just smoking
Not
it
just
for recreational use.
yeah.
Oh shit. I almost put something down, but I didn't. So here we are.
Bring it back.
But yes, y'all, that is what I had today. I hope that I was able to teach you guys something or maybe put a little bug in your ear to do some research on your own.
Hmm.
But yeah, that was it. And I appreciate y'all. for your time. Namaste.
Namaste.
Berna, is it time for the
It's
intro?
time for the percolator.
What? Hold on, I got y'all. Shaniqua, Stu Kid, you gonna put on the music, and we are not feeding the ducks today.
That girl
Girl,
said,
why would they feed the ducks, bro? Like the ducks they did shit to us
They
tonight.
didn't do shit to us. They didn't, but the ducks need to stay at the pond today.
what are they doing?
This one is lo-fi.
I like
How
it.
y'all feeling?
It's your birthday, so I hope you're feeling pleasant as fuck. I hope that your motherfucking high, stay high all motherfucking day. I hope that when you go to your party tonight, that you have a great motherfucking time and not one motherfucking time bother your motherfucking spirit. I truly hope that when you and your kids get together, that motherfucker, why you laugh?
Because you on a beat, it sound like you know how people be doing intros.
It's the intro. It's exactly what's happening. Motherfucking 30. Goddamn big fucking 30. Man, big motherfucking 30.
Now, what we can talk about is if y'all fuck with your girl that hard, y'all can pin some money on my cash app real quick. Let me drop it in there right there, that thing.
Also, I write poems. I don't know how to freestyle, baby. That's it. That's all I got. I can give somebody their flowers though in a minute.
That nigga
No
said give us a
problem.
spoken word.
Today is a day, okay? That was it.
Damn, I thought you had me. You had me.
So my cash app is your local hood witch. The comments $sign YOURLO.
Come on, rub hands like Birdman.
HOODWITCH. Y'all can make your ching ching and hit the ping ping.
Please do. Big 30.
I'm actually rolling my joint. Normally I've been rolled and been
Roll
done.
that shit like that shit.
What y'all smoking on today?
I'm smoking on two things. I'm smoking on what can only be called that gas, because the weed man told me what the fuck. Yeah. And I'm smoking on some shit. I believe it's pineapple run, but don't quote me on that.
Ooh,
I have to look that one up too. I think it's pineapple run. I really do. It's pineapple something. It's not express though, because I knew I would have jumped on that, but it's pineapple. That's not it. That's not it. Taylor.
I didn't realize how rare this thing is.
Taylor. It's mine.
Oh, there we go. Yeah, pin that thing. I'll go ahead and make you ring.
Yeah. Look at my motherfucking friend. Y'all can't tell me that girl ain't God.
It's the mirror again.
Girl, it's always the mirror. That's why I love you. Cause that motherfucker gorgeous. And look at her smoking weed, looking ladylike. I don't know if y'all gonna catch that. She look ladylike as fuck, don't it?
Cool.
Only if you an original weedy and you fuck with us with season 1, then you know what she's talking about.
For sure. She looking ladylike as shit.
Ladylike. So if you don't know what she's talking about, then y'all need to go back and watch season 1.
What's the DP? Cracker Jack. Because DP could mean a lot. So.
It's like dick pickle.
I said dead.
That's one of them.
DP.
That's what we telling you.
Or like I currently have a deprived pussy.
What? Did I miss it?
Deprived pussy, Lord. Damn.
I feel stuck. Please tell me.
Bless your heart and your pussy.
Bless it. Bless.
Bless it.
Ooh.
Only one on that thing. Motherfucker might have withdrawals.
Y'all, I am having withdrawals. That's where I am now. I'm really trying.
Let me do it.
I'm trying, y'all. I'm trying. I don't want casual sex, bro. Cause niggas throw dick so easy.
Oh, you have BP right now.
Hey, Durban poison. I heard about that hoe. Who had Durban poison? I heard about that strain. I heard that hoe was lethal.
You know what that is? It sounds scary. Shit.
No poison, no potion.
You need. I was scared to smoke green crack. That shit had me looking sideways as fuck.
Hey,
So
green crack
with some pause.
and that motherfucking tri-brick.
Alert. Back in the day when they had exotic, now they call it Zai. Who the fuck knew? Because I did not understand it first. I got older.
What y'all smoking on? Y'all drop in the comments. What y'all talking about? Or maybe I just need to go look at the comments.
Maybe Durban poison is the strain that he's doing.
Yeah, Durban poison.
Mm-hmm.
Well, y'all, we started to play drunk volleyball today. That's gonna be fun.
That is gonna be fun. I can't wait to enjoy that. I can't wait till we see you next weekend, girl.
I know, bro. I'm really trying to shake this. I'm really trying to get to Florida. Really trying to get to Florida. Ain't y'all going to Florida too? Yeah.
The week after that.
Yeah. I'm gonna try to see what I can do with that.
Y'all, the day I come back from Florida, I'm going skydiving for my sister's birthday.
Yo, that's gonna be amazing. That's gonna be amazing.
I ain't never been skydiving before.
I don't believe any of us have. I haven't even done the little.
I've never been skydiving before. I have been ziplining. I've been ziplining. When I was when I danced on the dance team in high school, we had team building in the camp that we was at. They had a ziplining thing, so I did do ziplining.
Ziplining is definitely fun.
Like I ziplined in Colorado. That shit was definitely.
Oh, I bet you that was amazing.
Like it was still snow on the mountains too, so it was like a little cold out there. But that was nice, and we was high. So.
No, I went in the jungle in Mexico, and we was walking high, smoking with the instructors. We did ATV and zip lining. We was walking through the jungle, smoking with the people.
It's the fact that I want to go to the jungle. Like I want to jump my
monkeys. They had monkeys and stuff, everything coming up to us. We was feeding like regular monkeys that live in the jungle.
You ain't get no poop on it, you did it?
No, and we got these bracelets made by the people in the jungle. All of us that went on the trip with all our names on it.
Oh, that's good. I went running through the rainforest in Jamaica. That was pretty dope.
I remember when you went to Jamaica.
That shit was pretty dope. But bro, like I feel like I should be scared to like
skydiving. Bro. Ain't no fear, bitch. What's the fear?
I'm so excited.
Go enjoy yourself.
Like I can't wait.
No, I say enjoy yourself, my nigga. Slide that bitch said, bang. You gonna be high? You gonna be high getting high?
Yeah.
I could. I'm trying to see how I want to experience this.
You gonna lay down?
Oh yeah, cause you can microdose too.
Yeah.
And I still have some, so I'm debating on what type of experience I want to have. I can go sober, I can go microdose, or I can go.
I just want you to lay down, Rick. I just want you to lay down while you're in the
I vote for microdose. I vote for microdose. So since we're here,
I vote for cross.
I have tried to experience the shrooms for the first time. I have to say, thanks to my handy best friend, she made sure that we were equipped. She made sure we were equipped with the things that we needed. You know, she made sure we were able to eat, intake the shroom. You know what I'm saying? I didn't
provide an atmosphere too, huh?
Yeah, she did. You know she did. I ain't gonna tell y'all about the secret spot, but she did.
Provide an atmosphere.
I will say that I did not do it enough to the point where I was able to experience like the different levels, like when you have to purge, you know what I'm saying? I didn't get that far. I would get to the point where it felt like I was about to purge, but I wouldn't purge. I guess I didn't have anything to purge at the time. I'm not sure. Maybe I didn't take enough. However, every time I had a heat wave, it would get stronger. It would get stronger. Like the ceiling was moving. Everything was HD. Literally, even my hand, it was like, I was like, oh my God. The birds, like, you know how when you watching TV, like them smart TVs and everything just looks so crystal clear, you can literally just walk into the TV.
Let me test that shit.
That's what my side looked like.
Focus on
the wind. The grass was moving, y'all. The fucking grass was moving. The grass was moving. I could see the vibrations, you know what I'm saying? The frequency of the grass, bro. I kid you not, the grass was fucking moving. I was praying nothing started talking to me, because if anything would have started talking to me, that right there would have been a case for hysteria. Because
my niggas out here like this.
Bro, the grass was moving. It was.
I was like, what the fuck is this? That shit had me looking at my hand like, is it here?
It was amazing. Like, and then I got to watch Ready Player One before my trip was up. So I got to like watch part of that movie on shrooms, and it was cool. And I could tell when my trip was up, because it just looked like life just looked normal. The TV looked regular. I was like, my trip is over now. And these niggas look like normal niggas now. Nothing's standing out to me.
It was a good time for today.
It's my 30th birthday.
Hell fucking yeah.
I'm doing okay. It's gonna be a great day, because I say so. I'm smoking my weed. I got my trees. I'm on a podcast with these. My pen mates, my homegirls. I love them. They are my world. Hey, it's going to be a great day. People showing me love. People giving me hugs virtually. I don't know you niggas personally.
Oh, yes, ma'am.
Because today's my 30th birthday. Hey, and I'm done.
Yeah, and I'm done. I was like, girl, you had got me right quick. You was like, la 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 la. Okay.
No, I can't rap. Y'all got to be stopped. Y'all got to stop.
That's how
man, you was freestyling. That was your piece.
Yeah, y'all make a
freaking birthday.
Ping with the ching ching. Make it ping ping with the ching ching.
You rap.
But you say it's 11/11, friend.
Well, with that,
it's on your birthday. Make it with 11/11 my time. My time.
Yeah. Well, y'all, with that being said, we're going to go ahead and move back into our course, because we were pretty much giving courses today. So whoever is next in line to give their their thesis, you have the floor, my friend.
My thesis. Well, it's your girl. I'm high, y'all. Hold on. It's your girl, Baked. Cut it out. So my first point of the morning is gonna be over policing. Why you look like that? So for y'all don't know, the act of over policing is more prominent in our lower class, underclass, working class neighborhoods of people of color. And the act of over policing can include several things. We know it as stop and frisk. You can also identify it as because the officers smell some marijuana, or of course our all-time favorite, you look like you fit a certain description.
How big do I look like?
Right. What kind of description is that? And unfortunately, those things have portrayed in movies, TV shows, you know what I'm saying? Like stuff that we watched from way back in the day up until now. So that's how you know that it's still going on. Like nothing has changed, because y'all still, you know what I'm saying, like portraying this specific thing in our neighborhoods. It's never in the white neighborhoods.
The white neighborhoods, right.
They doing the same things that we doing, but y'all not doing, you know what I'm saying, that stuff to them. It's always in our neighborhoods. So in turn, whenever they do this creates a toxic relationship
between the police and the communities that they are supposed to be protecting. You know what I'm saying? So you are portraying that you are, you know, our protector and you serving and protecting or whatever, but you really out here hemming us up. You know what I'm saying? You out here slamming us up against the wall. You out here stopping and frisking. You out here, you know, doing this shit or whatever. And you know, you creating a sour taste in our mouth. You create bad blood. You know what I'm saying? You create issues. We can't even trust y'all. You know, that's how y'all create that rift between, you know, the communities and y'all. So whenever they do this type of aggressive policing, this increases the incarceration rates. And a not so fun fact of over policing is between 2001 and 2010, it reached over 8 million arrests, and that's equivalent to over 37 busts in a second, or 37. Wait, one bust every 37 seconds. 37. So you saying like every minute y'all busting somebody for weed? You know what I'm saying? Like, and I have a charge. I'm not gonna get into the story, but I have a misdemeanor for possession of marijuana, and that shit has cost me jobs, getting jobs. I've been let go of a job before because of my background for having possession of marijuana.
How much was
complex?
Was it even a gram? Was it even a gram?
It wasn't. Maybe a gram. Maybe. Possession of marijuana. I know that shit happens to other people too. Like from little to nothing. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like not even no distribution type of, you know what I'm saying, like size. Like this for personal use, bro. They could have just threw that shit away. I'm trying to tell you.
No, Cracker Jack, I'm sorry. There's, you know, places that you actually cannot smoke in those states where it's legal. So no, you can't sit in front of people smoking weed.
Like even smoking like illegal places, like you even in the places that legal, you can't just, you know what I'm saying, walk down the street and be smoking weed or walk, you know, take a smoke break outside of your job. You just can't do that shit. Yeah. No, for real. You can't just like go right in the front of no place. When I was in Vegas, like even though Vegas is a legal state, in front of the places, you still can't just go out there and smoke no weed. Like you can smoke cigarettes, but you can't just go stand out there and smoke no weed. They don't have signs up like you can't smoke weed in front of their buildings. Like you gotta go off the property or whatever and go smoke.
So you can't smoke on the street. So you can
walk up and down the street and smoke it. Yeah, you can walk up and down the street and smoke it, but not like in front of no buildings like that. No. Oh, I don't know about New York. I ain't never been there.
That's what's up.
That's cool though. Anyway, my next point is incarceration. And another not so fun fact that goes into incarceration is the U.S. is home to less than 5% of the world's population, but almost 25% of its prisoners. There's a lot. There's a lot. And that's due in majority of the overly harsh consequences of drug convictions. You got over 1.6 million arrests every year due to weed, due to little unnecessary shit. People getting arrested. You got people getting no house arrest all for weed. And if the overly harsh policing continue to rise, then you know the incarceration rate's gonna continue. They both go hand in hand. So instead of them addressing the real reason or addressing the real issue, they not. And then what I thought about is this gonna probably affect taxpayers because they gonna want to build new jails and prisons and shit. You know what I'm saying? That's gonna take money out of our pocket. We pay for that, right? Yeah, shit come out of our taxes. Oh. I don't know if our taxes go towards like paying for jail, like our taxes. I wonder who funds that. I'm gonna have to find it out.
I think we do be funding them niggas, but we gonna have to pinpoint that.
I said
Cracker
this
Jackson,
from what the research because I'm gonna be honest.
love that. So if you don't mind, can you research are our tax dollars funding prisons?
Yo, come on, Cracker Jack, shit, come on.
Hey,
Hey,
quick on your feet.
look at me, why is it?
Look, he on Wikipedia. He quick on his feet with Wikipedia.
Right, Wikipedia.
Yeah, they do pay for
He
prison.
said our taxes to pay
Okay.
for prisons and jails.
Thank you for
Okay,
that,
yeah.
Cracker Jack. Needed it.
This was good. We got
with
some
that-
cool ass beauties, bro.
I sure appreciate y'all for being so engaging. But that was my spiel of over policing and incarceration with the war on weed.
So me. Okay. So, of course, my first point is going to be regarding, let's say, the Nixon administration and them admitting the Nixon administration, girl, and them essentially admitting, some things about the war on drugs. Essentially some things about where they were aiming, what they were trying to accomplish with the war on drugs. So this is a direct quote from his name is John Ehrlichman, and that it's essentially regarding, of course, June 1971, where Nixon declared, of course, the war on drugs. He did dramatically increase the size and presence of federal drug control agencies and push measures, of course, none other than like mandatory sentencing and the no-knock warrants. So John Ehrlichman, I want to make sure that I'm saying his name correctly, later admitted, and this is a quote, you want to know what this was really about? The Nixon campaign in 1968 and the Nixon White House after that had two enemies, the anti-war left and black people. You understand what I'm saying? We knew we couldn't make it illegal to be either against the war or black, but by getting the public to associate the hippies with marijuana and blacks with heroin, and then criminalizing them both heavily, we could disrupt those communities. We could arrest their leaders, raid their homes, break up their meetings, and vilify them night after night on the evening news. Did we know we were lying about the drugs? Of course we did. End quote.
Of course we did. I mean,
It goes on to say, I'm sorry, of course. It goes on to state Nixon temporarily placed marijuana in Schedule 1, which is the most restrictive drug category, pending review by a commission he appointed by, of course, its Republican governor. And then essentially, just like Morgan said earlier, I'm saying now, the whole time, it's never been the drug. It's never been, weed is not a drug, it's the plant. It's never been about weed. It's about who we can associate with weed and then vilify them from there.
Control.
My next point was essentially, of course, decriminalization. This kind of goes like hand in hand with what I was just saying too, though, because that happened in 1971. In 1972, the commission unanimously recommended decriminalizing the possession and distribution of marijuana for personal use. And of course, Nixon ignored the report and rejected its recommendations. Between 1973 and 77, though, 11 states had decriminalized marijuana possession. And then in 77, President Jimmy Carter was inaugurated on a platform that included marijuana decriminalization. Okay. So within a few years, of course, those things regarding marijuana, the tides have shifted. There have been many proposals to decriminalize marijuana that essentially were abandoned, So as parents essentially became increasingly concerned, I guess, with the high rates of teen marijuana use. So I'll say marijuana essentially came back into, the conversation when none other than Mr. Reagan came through. And then I'll say With the presidency of Ronald Reagan, it marked the start, of course, of a long period of skyrocketing rates of incarceration, largely, of course, thanks to his unprecedented expansion of the war on drugs. The number of people behind bars for nonviolent drug laws drug law offenses increased from 50,000 in 1980 to over 400,000 by 1997. So, yeah, that's essentially what I'm saying here is, um, damn, that what you just said. They ignored all reports regarding um, like marijuana, how it affected people essentially, and were like, this is how we're going to use, marijuana to essentially incarcerate black people. So, and then like they found a way to, I guess now, because there are more states or who are actually, decriminalizing it. And then, Joe Biden, he went back on his feelings, I'll say, about the 1994 crime bill. And, I'll say this administration is, I'll say, more accepting. It's to a fault, because we know some races are still being left out when it comes to youth in different sports and different activities that they may do. Of course, it's still not a level playing field when it comes to decriminalization either. Thanks for coming to my TED Talk.
I know that's right. You motherfuckers can't sit here and tell me today that y'all ain't learned a goddamn thing. Y'all learned something.
I learned goddamn something.
Period. I'm high as fuck right now. And this white truck trying to kick in.
I think you and Tay might
I'm calling the Weedies motherfuckers. I'm sorry, y'all. Y'all our motherfuckers though. We fuck with y'all.
Yeah, our motherfuckers though.
So listen. Really, hold on. Let's go through the comments one more time. Really hope y'all enjoyed the show today. CPD. You was just talking about, what is this? Oh well.
Oh, that's cool.
So basically, like I was saying, we really hope that y'all enjoyed the session today. Really hope y'all learned something. I know y'all did. What I will ask y'all to do is, go ahead and tell a friend to tell a friend to tell a friend about BakedMarys. Y'all fuck with the content, obviously. Go ahead and tell your friends and tell your friends and tell your friends about us, okay? And before we go, y'all know we gotta throw out the promo. Oh, do y'all know Chick-fil-A got a commercial with this same music?
I'm screaming.
For the peach milkshake. I seen it. I say, oh.
Not the peach milkshake.
Nigga. Oh.
I'm glad that you know that.
So listen, y'all. Thank you guys to the weedy community for always coming to show your love and share your weed, your time with us, and Waking and BakedMarys and shit promo. Hell yeah, we promote ourselves. Shit.
Goddamn right. Go follow us.
Go follow us for sure.
You'll break your damn late. You're damn late.
Follow BakedMarys on Twitter, at BakedMarys. Follow us on Instagram, baked_Marys. Do we have anything else? And if this your first time on YouTube, make sure to subscribe and hit the notify bell. And go, if you got a Twitch, y'all need to go subscribe to us on Twitch too at BakedMarys. Mm-hmm.
Sometimes we use marijuana. I used it in my speech crackerjack. You weren't listening or something?
What happened?
Yeah, because we use marijuana. It's weed. It's weed.
Do y'all use the word marijuana? Listen.
Okay, Breaker. I touch and agree with it.
I see.
Hey, and don't forget the strain.
Shit.
BakedMarys strain.
Please do.
So listen, Weedies, listen. Thank you, Weedies, for waking with BakedMarys. And remember to always start your day off on a high note. And you have officially been
Dang.
have officially you
Friend. You've been baked. You have.
officially been baked.
My God.
You officially been baked. Y'all enjoy the rest of y'all day.
I
Don't forget to make my phone ping ping. Listen, don't forget to make my phone ping ping with the ching ching. Put some money on the cash up. Big 30. Let's go. With juice. You know what? Somebody in the broadcast.
Oh God, I read it.